Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time coming across my channel or clicking on this video, well, you are in luck because that means our energies have aligned and there is a message here for you. This is going to be my earth sign collective reading, and before I get into the actual message, I did do a little pre-read shuffle with my what's the vibe cards to get a feel of the energy and what is going on for my earth signs. And the card that came out for you guys is Smell the Roses in reverse. So it says slow down, take some you time, get into nature. So when I channeled this message, I got a message that said give yourself permission. Okay, as an earth sign that you are, it is very important to get grounded because nature can really give you the answers that you need. And the fact that this card came up in reverse for you guys, it means that you guys are not taking the time that you need to slow down and reconnect with yourself. So that's a sign, and that's a push of encouragement to really get in tune, get connected with nature, and just do a lot of grounding, do a lot of inner work, healing the sacral chakra, the root chakra, meditation, doing those type of things. Okay, so now we're gonna get into the tarot. I'm gonna be using my holographic magic seer tarot deck. Okay, and before we get started, I would encourage you to take a couple of deep breaths and set your own intention to figure out what is it that you would like to hear today. What are some messages that you would like Spirit to touch on, as I am just the messenger. Okay, take what resonates and please leave the rest. Use your discernment because not all messages are meant. Some are meant for you, some may be meant for you, and others are just meant for someone else. But just let it fly, okay? All right, so take a deep breath, channel your energy, and let's see, what does Spirit have to say for my air sign? I called you guys air signs. What does Spirit have to say to my earth signs for the month of July? What is the energy for my earth signs? Okay, Spirit, what would you like for my earth signs to know? So that's Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. So we have the Chariot up, right? Okay, so this is a good sign. This means that things are going as planned for you. Okay, you might be working so hard at the moment. That is why Spirit is telling you to slow down, because whatever it is that you're doing is actively popping off for you, or it's actively like gaining momentum. So Spirit is saying, like, yes, what you're doing is working for you, but you need to slow down. Okay, you're not giving yourself the grace and the space and the time and the energy to just soak up the success and just be, you want to keep going and going and going and going and going until you continue to see more and more results. But that kind of energy can lead to burnout. And the Chariot is card number 7 so that's a sign that you are shifting. Something within you is shifting that's causing you to be in this space of wanting to continue to produce, wanting to continue to see results and see things flourish, because you might feel like you've worked so hard to get to where you are and that you just don't want these things to go away. You don't want it to end, whatever the case may be. But you need to stop and you need to smell the roses. You need to kind of absorb it, take it in, but don't overdo it. Don't try and outdo yourself in what you have going on in this current moment. Overexerting yourself, it can go left really quickly. So yeah, the Strength card. Okay, so just 2 major arcana, 7 and then 8, because the number 8 also talks about karma. You see how there's a infinity crown at the top of her head, and it's just going, because infinity is forever. So it's like an equal, like it's like what you give, you will get, and so on. So So if you're working really hard, you'll get those results, okay? Now, what I will say here is there's two things that are really significant. The Chariot is ruled by Cancer, and Strength is ruled by Leo, okay? The Strength card is ruled by Leo, and the Chariot is ruled by Cancer. We are getting ready to transfer into Leo season, so this month and next month, so this season specifically is going to be really important. July and August are going to be some significant months. We have 7 and 8, so July and then August. So I found that very interesting. But yeah, you are just called to be in this energy of recharge, rest and recharge. You want to keep that forward momentum, but you also want to be able to still reciprocate. You feel me? So you are actively giving and receiving and doing everything that you need to do, but you're just kind of moving at a fast pace is what I'm hearing. So just slow down a bit, you know what I'm saying? Slow down, okay? Touch some grass, go take care of yourself, okay? Do what needs to be done and trust that you are in good hands. What else do you have for earth signs? Okay, so we have again, the 7 of Pentacles here. And then we have the 9 of Cups in reverse. And back of the deck, we have the Hierophant in reverse. So let's start here with the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. So this is giving past energy, okay? So in the past, you could have potentially did some things, and you might have been trying to plant seeds and move things forward and get things off of the ground, but because there were some delays or obstacles or things that were in the way of this growth and this process, you might have lost a little bit of faith in yourself, and you might have not felt like things were moving how you wanted them to move. Because with the 7 of Pentacles, this is a card about learning and growing. You guys are earth signs, right? So you're learning and you're growing, and you're trying to plant the seeds in order to get to where you are trying to go. And that can be in any aspect of your life, but sometimes you may be putting the pieces together and things might not go your way, and then you lose hope, right? But go one day at a time, you know what I'm saying? And just go with the flow. Like, things are going to continue to move as swiftly how you would like them to. And this 9 of Cups here, this also came up in reverse. And this came up in reverse because some of you guys have a hard time with allowing yourself to just receive and accept, okay? And by you not allowing yourself to receive and accept and just be, it's going to disrupt your peace, okay? So I feel like this is more of a warning sign, because it's like you've already been given all the tools and the things that you need in order to pursue this opportunity, or in order to continue to allow your business to thrive, or whatever it is that's bringing you peace and happiness and joy and satisfaction. Like, you've been actively putting in the effort. However, it's like you might be putting in too much effort. You might be seeing things, you might be taking things too far, to the extreme, where it's like, if you are not cautious of how you move from this point on, things could get a little bit more difficult for you. So you're being called to really tap into self. You're being really called to trust the process at this moment with all of these 7s and 8s here, and really like give yourself patience, okay? Patience is a virtue. When you're patient with yourself and you're patient with other people around you, and you're just patient altogether, good things come to those who wait, okay? So this is your sign. Wait, okay? Be patient, because whatever it is you're working towards, it's going to get there. You're going to see that. You're going to see that growth. You're going to see that progress. You're going to bloom and grow, but you have to give yourself the time to breathe and give yourself the time to actually receive those things. Because if you're not giving yourself the time to receive and you're constantly just putting things out there mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, you're headed in the right direction, okay? But Spirit is saying just give yourself some grace, okay? This is your path, this is your purpose, but you really just need to give yourself some grace. So now we're going to check in with some more vibes. Y'all know the vibes, okay? So what's going on with my Earth sign collective, okay? Take a deep breath, focus on the cards and the messages at this time, set your own intention, and really, like, I want you to ask yourself, spirits, guides, universe, what is it at this time that my Earth sign collective needs to hear? Okay. What does my Earth sign collective need to hear, Spirit? Feeling my truth. Two-faced, double life, backstabber, cheater. Okay. So I'm really okay. I keep forgetting to say this, guys, but you guys can watch this for your sun, moon, or rising. You don't have to be an earth sign sun, but this can also be your rising sign or your moon sign. And a lot of these messages, honestly, I've been getting like similar energies, you know. And this card came out because it's like you might be tied up in a sense of where you might feel like you need to work as hard, you need to do this, you need to do XYZ because you feel like you have to prove yourself. And I want to say this, that you do not have to prove yourself to anybody, because if this opportunity, if this thing, if this life that you're living right now was not meant for you, it wouldn't be for you, okay? And I understand when people get skeptical of things, skeptical of other people, or just feel like something is off, you know. But there could be also someone in your energy who isn't being honest with you, and that's probably why you feel like, you know, I feel you could intuitively feel off about someone, okay? You could feel off about someone in a situation. Your intuition could be telling you that you are right. However, by you feeling this off feeling and feeling like, okay, I have to prove myself to keep this job, I have to prove myself to do this, I have to prove XYZ, then maybe you need to reevaluate and rethink some of those things, because like I said, you don't have to prove yourself to no one, okay? So just be on the lookout for people with shady intentions. Be on the lookout for people who might not have your best interest at heart, but people who are really good at triggering you in a sense that make you feel like you aren't doing enough, okay? That's what I'm getting, okay? Because you are more than enough, okay? And what these other people, this energy that I'm picking up on, you don't need to worry about them, okay? So let's see. What else? Okay. Recharge, right? Let go, clear your mind, and breathe. Again, a message of getting grounded, okay? Ground yourself. Go into nature, because nature will give you a lot of clarity, a lot of answers that you might be seeking for, because like sometimes you just need to be alone. Sometimes you need to be secluded in your own energy, in solitude. Being in solitude can help you get answers that you might not be able to get, say, from other people or other things. But this is your sign, okay? This is your sign to maybe go buy some water. Okay, for some of you, water, a beach, an ocean, a lake. Okay, that could be very important. But you just need to go out and reset. Go out, reset, recharge. Stop doing what you're doing. Stop working so hard, because you already work hard enough. And I think that you've been putting in so much effort that people are starting to see how hard you've been working. And that's a good thing if that's motivating you to work harder. But at the same time, sometimes you gotta pump your brakes, because you don't want to burn out. All right, so let's see, one more message for my Earth sign collective. What do my Earth sign collective need to know? Clingy. Old exes, dead relationships, old ways. All right, so again, there is an energy. You've leveled up, all right, and you are very attractive at this moment. Okay, people may see you in a different light. People may see you and your energy, and they may want to come in and like take advantage. Because whenever this card comes in, a lot of the times I think take advantage, because like when someone is being clingy, they're clinging on to you for a reason. And this could be a person in the 3D, but it can also be an energy in the 5D. And with the fact that you might feel like you have to prove yourself to someone, this could actually be you as well. Like, you could feel like you have to cling on to an idea, cling on to a situation that isn't really like serving you. You're clinging on to an energy that's making you work 10 times harder when you know you don't have to. Or you're clinging on to a vibration, or you're holding on too tightly to something, okay? That's another thing that I'm getting. That's a message. You are holding on, Earth signs, too tightly to something. You're clinging on to dear life for it because you're afraid to let it go. Okay, now this can range from anything. This can range from a job. This can range from a relationship. This could be anything, okay? Like, things were moving at a fast pace, right? But then you might have felt set back a little bit, and you're kind of like, you know what? Like, I need to work extra hard to keep up with this thing. Now, if this is about a person, I want you to know that if you have to prove yourself to keep that person, then that person is not for you, okay? So to those of you who this might resonate with as being a relationship, that should not be a thing. Like, you should not have to feel like maybe this relationship is on the brink of ending. I have to do whatever I can to save it. Like, that's insane. Like, you don't need to do anything to make yourself feel worthy, okay? You don't have to do anything to make yourself feel like you're enough, because you are already enough, okay? You're more than enough. And if anybody has to remind you of that, I'm gonna remind you of that, because you're enough, all right? So that was just a message that I had for somebody specifically who needed to hear that, because clinging on to these old ways, especially if it could have been somebody who cheated on you, somebody who lied to you, somebody who backstabbed you, and you feeling like you have to work up to this person's expectations, is insane. And you don't have to do that at all right? So, that was a lot. But overall, this group, you guys are moving in the right direction, and you're doing what you need to do, okay? But just learn to be patient and understand the meaning of what solitude is, and when it's important to be in solitude to recharge your energy, okay? So now we're going to go in with my Seasons of the Witch Tarot Oracle. And we're gonna get some final guidance messages for you guys, just to close off this reading here. All right, Spirit. So what would you like to communicate with my Earth sign collective? Okay, what are some final messages that? Ooh. Okay. So as I was getting ready to shuffle, for some reason I keep mixing up cards, and this card came out. Archangel Michael. Yeah, Archangel Michael, creativity. This is a good sign. It's letting you know that the angels and the guides are on your side, and they are divinely orchestrating whatever it is that is going on in your life, and that it was meant to happen this way because the divine has a better and a greater plan for you. Okay, so that's something that wanted to come out. But now we're actually going to move on to the seasons of the witch deck. Okay, we have Apothecary's Cabinet, card number 1. Without befriending them, they are strangers in your path. So this card kind of reminds me of the Magician card in the tarot, and it's basically like you have everything. Okay, you have all the tools, you are fully equipped with the knowledge, the information, what it is that you need to know to move forward. And it's like what you don't say, what you don't do could pass you by. So maybe this is a message encouraging you to speak up for yourself. It's a message encouraging you to maybe like put yourself first in situations where you need to rest and recuperate, and don't overextend yourself because it's not necessary. Think about yourself and think about your long term and what you want for you. Okay, so that could be a message. All right, and it's the first card in the deck. It's about doing the work. Okay, it's about gathering the tools, gathering the information, and doing the inner work so you can be all set for the future. Okay, so let's see. We're gonna do 2 more cards. All right, so the next card, what else, Spirit do you have for my collective here? All right, we have Crow, card number 11. Pay close attention to the winds. There's a message making its way to you. And then we have, let's see what else. All right, Molasses, card number 26. To move forward, you must know where you are headed. Okay, so with the Crow card here and the Molasses card, the Crow card is card number 11, and number 11 is a master number. But this is telling you to pay attention, lock in, because there are signs within the universe. There are signs in the wind, like they said. So there could be some sort of message, some sort of communication, or just a message in general from Spirit that may be blocked. Like you might not be able to hear or see this message clearly because you're not in the state or the energy to hear it. So in order for you to understand or receive, Spirit is encouraging you to get quiet. Okay, quiet your mind. Okay, and just let that energy kind of guide you. Same thing with the Molasses card here. Okay, card number 26. Molasses is a slow moving it's a slow moving element. I think it's like a syrup of some kind, but it's very slow, it's very sticky, and it's like you gotta get your head on straight in order to know which direction you want to go. You gotta get your head on right in order for you to travel a path that you want to travel down. And if you don't know where you're going, but you're just going, it's like you're not going to get anywhere. Okay, you got to have a plan. It has to be solidified. It has to be concrete in a sense, and you have to at least have some sort of goal, some sort of vision. You can't just plant the seed and expect for the seed to grow without you putting in any work, watering it, sunlight, whatever. Okay, so really just make sure that you're planting the seed, that you're putting in the work, you're taking your time, you're getting grounded in your energy, and you're not letting anything negative come in the way of that. Okay, so all right, My beautiful, beautiful earth signs, that is the message for you guys. I really hope that it resonated. Comment down below. Let me know what your sun, moon, or rising sign is. I really do appreciate you guys. Feel free to leave comments. Let me know if it resonated. Like, subscribe, do whatever you need to do to support, you know. Also check out my podcast. My camera's overheating. Thank God it is the end of the reading. But I will see you guys soon. Bye.